Hi, I'm Georgette from Sydney Elite Massage Therapy, and I'm going to show you some static stretches for your lower body. So we're going to start with the quadriceps muscle group, and I'm going to stand on one foot, and I can be holding onto something if I need to for my balance, but I'm going to bring my heel towards my bottom and keep my knees together, okay? Then I'm going to push my pubic bone forward so that I'm not arching through my back in this stretch, and I'm going to pull the heel as much as I can and breathe in and hold, and that's for the quadriceps. Now if you're really flexible, then you just continue to take the knee back as much as you can, as long as you're not arching through your back. Now for your hamstrings, the standing hamstring stretch, because there's a few, but the standing one, I'm just going to place my heel down and I'm going to tilt at my pelvis so that my tailbone is sticking out and I'm leaning forward with a straight back. And that way I'm going to feel the stretch through the back of the leg. If I need to, I can just bend my knee slightly to change where I feel the stretch, but it's all going to be happening through your hamstring. And the more flexible you are, obviously the closer you bring your chest down towards the floor. And that next stretch to go to is going to be the hip flexor stretch. So I'm going to take to one knee on the floor, and I can use a towel if I need to, if my knee needs to be supported. But I'm basically going to have one foot out, and I'm going to tuck my tailbone under again, so that I'm not arching through my lower back, and I'm going to lean forward. I should feel the stretch through the front of my hip, just here. And if I'm really flexible, obviously the further I can go, but we're making sure that you're not arching through your lower back too much. Okay? And to make it stronger, once again, I can also lean over towards my bent knee. That's out in front. Okay? And breathing. And that's going to increase the stretch up through the top of the hip flexor. Okay? Now we're going to go to glutes. So glutes also to be done on the floor. The most popular stretch is probably lying down with the leg crossed over, reaching through and bringing your knee towards your chest. So I'm making sure that my tailbone is heavy on the floor, that I'm not tucking under, and I'm just keeping that nice and heavy so that I feel the stretch through the knee that's bent over. Another option for the glute is also to literally sit on top of that crossed leg over there. And that's for someone who's more flexible, or just to get into a different part of the glute depending on where you're tight. And finally, your adductor stretch. So bringing the heels together and sitting up as tall as you can and letting the knees press down towards the floor. It's okay in this stretch if I want to use my elbows to push my knees down as well. Depending on how flexible you are, you might just be up here and that might be enough to just sit up tall. Okay, but you'll work your way down, and if you need to have your heels further away, that's okay as well. The one stretch that I did forget was the calf stretch. So that one is done on the soccer field in particular, is done in this particular way, where you're just focusing on one leg at a time, pushing that heel down in towards the floor. And if I bend my knee a little bit, I can get into a different part of my calf, my soleus, and down towards my Achilles. So a straight knee and a bent knee calf stretch, which is really important to do both, okay? And that's it. Thank you very much.